Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Touken Ranbu's podcast, your monthly podcast all about the news about the Touken Ranbu franchise from the games, anime, and stage productions. I am your host, Marissa, and of course, with me, I am with Jessie.
Heyo!
And Sarah.
Howdy, howdy.
All right, so we got I don't know how to describe this month. A lot, but not as much as the previous month. So they took it easy on us. But before we get into the bulk of the podcast, we're going to go over some community feedback. I set up a poll asking you guys who actually managed to get the newest blade, who is Onimaru. We'll get to that in a bit. And about 24% of you said yes. 45 said no. 21% of you did not participate, and 10% said Onimaru who. We'll get there in a bit, but I was in the 24% that said yes. So, congrats to everyone that's actually. I'm surprised at the amount that actually got him. So. We will talk about the salts and the praise when we get to Onimaru, but before that, there was an unfortunate discontinuation of Touken Ranbu Pocket updates for Android phones with a x86 CPU. You can usually look that up in your phone settings. Most of you have probably already noticed this by this point because you've lost service. This is due to Google Play Store's new requirements for apps compatibility with 64-bit stuff. So it has nothing to do with Touken Ranbu itself. You can blame Google. All superior Android may not be as superior as people think. Ha ha ha. Apple always has the issues with update delays. So,
Android supporter over here. Mine had no problem.
Well, your phone, thankfully, is a newer model, so.
It is a newer one, but Cammy's also had no problems, and I was really... Because hers is an older phone. Like, 6 years?
Oh, wow.
5, 6?
What do you know?
She's had it for a long time, and I was really concerned that she wasn't going to be able to open it when logged in to try and take a picture with Mutsu. She is not a consistent player, but hers is fine. She's like, why am I having to do another update? I just updated this. You can still update it, so that's a good sign.
Yeah. For those of you who may be more casual fans, like Cammy, I would definitely check to make sure if you have an Android phone, if you haven't opened your game in a while, that you check to prevent further issues like this or that huge, terrible Android bug that we had a couple months ago. I would definitely suggest going onto DMM's website, trying to use a proxy or whatever to get in and back up your game to DMM. That will save you a buttload just in case something happens to your phone, update issues like we saw with Android, this current one, or you might lose your phone for whatever reason. Please, please, please back that up. We don't want you to lose any of your game data because I would, based off of how far I've gotten in Touken Ranbu, if anything happened, I would probably quit. Not gonna lie. It's been a lot of hard work, and I would probably scream.
But the Touken Wiki does have step-by-step guides on how to do so it seems terrifying. You have a heart attack when you're doing it because you're like, what if I hit wrong button and delete things? But just follow the wiki, and it'll help you. So, deep breaths, you got this. It's not as scary as it seems.
No, they have pictures, they have little squares and arrows to tell you which button to poke.
It's very helpful.
We, of course, at the very beginning of the month, we mentioned that we were getting the release of Kiwame Naginata. The last month's podcast dropped right on the date that they were released. So, of course, we have Hiwame versions of Iwatoshi, Tomoe got the Naginata, and Shizuka got the Naginata. They have all gone out in succession, and thanks to the current event, have all maxed out their stats. They eat so many swords.
They hungry.
They're very hungry.
Eat them. Hides half
Oh.
my comments because they're not PG.
They are very hungry and thirsty. Oh my gosh. Those, so it was, I think I was one of the first ones to start like really try to awaken them. They will awaken very quickly. Sarah, what was your comment about
Something about pole dance classes being where they went? I'm not sure. There was a lot of comments and a lot of screaming.
It was just, they really do take off their clothes very quickly or something like that. Because they have one of the highest impulses or that stat for awakening. Even base-wise, they will awaken very quickly. There's a lot of swords that you sit there and you're like, awaken, 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 and they hit red 3 times before they even awaken. These boys, I sent them out, and immediately as soon as they hit orange,
They
sexy
strip.
pole time, they strip. There they are.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because
They did the same thing for mine too, because I just sent them out, gets hit orange. Bye-bye. Okay, this is fine. That's a surprise. I am shooketh.
I only had the one Kiwame Nada. Iwatoshi went out and he came back, and so I stuck him in event map 3. I was like, yeah, this will be fine. I think
all right.
it was 3. It might have been 3 or 4. I know I sent him
3.
alone, and I'm very glad I sent him alone. Because that happened very, very quickly. And my poor Ton.
I will say I love the new designs because they took the base of all of them and just added small little bits that definitely enhance them. The parallels between Shizuka and Tomoe are a lot more obvious now, especially in their injured form. I think it's their awakened one, where Tomoe is down. No, Shizuka is on the ground with his Naginata up, obviously close ripped, and his boa is on the ground, and bits of it are flying off, and it looks like fall leaves. And Tomoe is doing very similar, but his feathers look more like winter. I love it. It's so pretty. I feel really bad that you're injured, but I love the symbolism.
I also love the fact that the artist was just like, I didn't have to go this extra, but I did. You're welcome. Because the designs are so gorgeous and intricate a little bit. Like, even the hair is extra messed up.
Mm-hmm.
I just love all the tiny little details. And when we're done ranting about how cute things are, I'll have a little bit of a feels thing that Jessie pointed out, and I kind of looked up and I was like, okay.
But also on their design, as we mentioned before, these boys like to strip very quickly. I swear Shizuka's wearing less, like, pants-wise. Like, he's definitely not wearing underwear. Like, I don't know how this man is physically wearing underwear with how his pants are designed. His hip bones are right there. Strippy swords are strippy.
Flip on that of, like, human body 101. Everything covered with the necessary layers. I love how in Tomoe's design, he got the pretty blue flowers, and they're really cute. And my Hanamaru heart and my Musubi crew adopting their bird heart is thriving at how cute he is with his little blue flower.
Also, I'm going to throw some love at Iwatoshi. I like how he looks more Benkei-esque, and he's lost
Yeah.
the hood. He's just so
Yeah.
sleek and pretty. I like it a lot.
I was very startled by his random surprise tattoos that showed up. I was like, he has, in his final form, his final awakening, he has red tattoos.
Yeah.
And I was not expecting that, because there was no
I'm
hint in
trying
his
to remember
other
that.
form. Yeah. That's an addition that was not there in his previous sprite.
Oh yeah, those tattoos. And in his awakened form, he looks like an Oni. Like ogre thing. Which is kind of reflecting the fact that, according to myth, Benkei was apparently like a giant of a man that could have had like demon or Oni blood. He's breathing
Yeah.
fire. Green fire.
Which is amazing and awesome, but also highlights the fact that he gets the shiny glowy something that all Kiwame do. But Shizuka and Tomoe don't. Because they don't exist.
Don't hurt my heart.
They
Like,
don't have.
yeah.
Yeah, that one. And
Yeah.
I was like, no, they did not do that to the babies. They are just as real as everyone else, totally. And then they don't have a shiny shine. Maybe one day there'll be some new form after Kiwame, and they're like, okay, here you go, you get your shine. But for now, they're just like, look at all our feathers and leaves. It's fine.
To be fair, and to let Tomoe and Shizuka have a little bit stronger heart in that respect, not all Kiwame have the glowy glow.
A lot of
'Cause
them do, though.
A lot of them do, but not all of them. So they aren't alone in their lack of
Who does
glowy
not? I am very confused. I am much confusion.
There's a handful of Toshiro Tontos that don't.
Yeah, I want to say Kashu does.
Oh, I haven't awakened yet.
Oh.
He's just kind of chilling. He's like, I get them back, and then there's just like 4 or 5 Uchis that are just sitting there.
I
That
mean, yeah,
return
but
to
even
them.
I awakened Hasabe.
It's Hasabe. He loves you, Jesse.
I don't think Yasusada has a glowy sword.
I don't think he has one either, but
So
there's...
at least Yasusada can come.
I'm interested. I'm probably just going to look at all their sprites and mark down how many actually have a glowy sword and how many don't, and we'll actually figure out. There's probably actually less that have glowy swords, to be honest, considering there's so many Toshiro Tontos that I'm pretty certain their swords do not glow, and they make up a majority of the Kiwame at this point.
That'll be a fun little homework for later. But yeah.
Yes. Besides their beautiful designs, their incredible awakening forms, and just the sadness that Sarah just brought upon us, game-wise, like every Kiwame, there's a special ability that these swords gain in the Kiwame. And the Naginata have a special one where there's a chance that a enemy that is hit with the strike will be stunned, and they will not be able to attack the next turn, which is really nice. I've only seen it happen one at a time so far, but I've barely used them. I don't know if they can knock multiple out or they only just knock one out.
I've seen Toshi knock out 2.
Okay.
It was great.
I'm just usually too busy laughing at the sign of the little like stars that go on the one that can't move now, and it's just like all I can imagine is like this random enemy just stumbling around in circles. Like, did someone get the name of the truck that just hit me?
All I think of is the confusion status in Pokemon with the little ducks spinning around people's heads. It's kind of what it is.
It's just really cute. I love it.
We weren't certain what they were going to do, and this ability definitely works very well with Naginata because they can help prevent and control and stop the enemy from attacking, which is really nice if you don't manage to knock something out. They're even more overpowered. Whee! I think that's everything on our Naginatas. During the month of February, we had 3 different smithing campaigns, we mentioned. We, of course, had one for Juzumaru, Tsunetsugu, Pikazuki, Munechika, and then Odenta Mitsuyo. This led into the latest smithing campaign, as I mentioned before, with the community feedback. It was the release of a brand new sword that we got partially right. There was one of 2 options left, and the new sword is the Tenka Goken Onimaru Kunitsuna, and it's not Dojigiri. It was also another Oni-related one. His smithing campaign ran from the beginning of March, from the 1st to the 3rd. It's only a small weekend, and his smith, unlike most other Tachis or rarer swords, was not all 800, it was only all 400. They were kind of sparing us, but at the same time, lulling us. I'm gonna let you guys talk and then I'll say my thing. So,
Jesse, do you want to go first since yours is less scream worthy?
So my attempts lasted about, I think I tried around 100. It was uneventful. I did not bring home Onimaru. That's alright. I get it. It's fine. Come home someday. Eventually. I now have a hole in my sword book. My one pride of having all the swords before Marissa is now gone. It was quite fun smithing because when I was doing so, my sister was over, and every time, like, she has certain swords that she sees, and she's just like, ew, or no. And one of those is Horikawa.
oh no!
So every time I would get a Horikawa because I could get freaking wakizashi with this recipe, she would just look at me and go, I'm sorry. And go away. I got a Mika. And I would get Mika, Mutsu, and Hasebe. And I just turn the phone to her and say, please collect. These are yours. And she'd hold it in that. But every single time she'd be like, fine. Okay. That was a lot of fun. I did manage to get Urashima. I think I maxed his.
Wow.
I either maxed him or got him.
Congrats.
Turtle Boy really liked. I had Lexi try for me once. I managed to get a Smith token because I ran out of Smith tokens, which is why I had to stop. Not because of resources, it's a Smith token. And she hit the button for me, and the blade to come up was none other than good old Nagasone. Who really likes to come home too. So that was but no sign of the new sword. All yours, Sarah.
So this is about to be Why Sarah Hates Smithing Campaigns, round 5,364, it seems.
Mood. Big mood.
So I had over 280 plus tokens for smithing saved up. I had nearly 300,000 resources saved up. I was at a friend's house with a lot of our littles who also play Touken. So we were out going to a Hello Kitty truck thing. As soon as it struck time that we could start smithing, we all started smithing. Yeah, needless to say, I have never heard Gigi curse so much. I know I got Gigi at least 5 times, probably closer to 10.
Oh my gosh.
I got 2 Juzumaru. I think he's laughing at me because he's like, remember how you could not smith me? Hi, I'm here now. Lots of shishio. To no one's surprise, if we remember just the year of me in absolute denial of the fact that shishio should ever come through my door. A lot of walkies. Got one random dragon Koryu just wandered through. He's like, "Hi, bye, I'm here." I went through all 280 plus. Yeeted my boys out on expeditions repeatedly. So I got about another 30 or so tokens from just grinding map / the endless 2 in that the 2 2-hour and then the 1 4-hour, because there ain't nobody got time to send people out on that 24-hour one when the need is so real. No Onimaru. I ended up smithing over 330 plus times. Yeah. No love here. I am really ready to kick Gigi in his bum if he shows up at my house one more time. I am much sad. I am much depressed. I am kind of in mourning for every pillow knocked off a couch as everyone tossed pillows, tablets, and phones here. Just damn it, Gigi, not you. Yeah.
Did any of the littles get him?
No. And Small was very upset because she really wanted him because, yeah, that's Awataguchi is her sword school babies.
Mm-hmm.
She tried really hard. We all did. We were all just sitting there dying and screaming.
I guess that makes me the only one in our immediate friend group that actually got him out of sheer dumb luck. Those of you who have listened to this podcast know how much all of us love smithing campaigns, especially me. I have never gotten a sword from a smithing campaign. Shizuka hated me every single time there's a smithing campaign. Hakusan said, "Screw you, you gotta wait till UTC to catch me." Tomoe also gave me the bird and walked away. Thankfully, Sengo did not take too much long to get, but there have been so many swords I have tried to smith, and I have told myself I'm never going to participate in a smithing campaign ever again because it is a waste of time and your chances are low as heck. Well, I guess Pierre decided to say, "Here, have a late birthday present." Like Sarah, as soon as it's time for me to smith, I think it was on Saturday. Yeah, because I was off
Sounds
that
right.
day. I was off that day. I'm chilling in my living room with my parents, and I go and I'm like, well, I have a couple of Ofuda from the current event, which at the time Edo Castle was going on. We'll go back to Edo Castle in a bit. But I got a couple of little Ofuda from opening up treasure chest. So I just decided I'm going to start with the lowest one and work my way up. I had 2. I just had 2 little Ofuda. I used the mousy one. I put in 400. I hit the button. And I look and I have a 4-hour timer. What are the dang chances that it's going to be Onimaru? It's probably Juzu. Bet your butt it's Juzu. I hit it. I see him, and I scream. And start running around my house, clutching my phone, and gibberishly trying to explain to my parents what happened, because they're like, "Why are you screaming so much? You better be screaming if you've got a job or something." And I'm like, "But my game." And they're like, we don't get it. I didn't care. I was on the ground kissing my phone because I don't know how I got him on the first smith. I was so freaking surprised. I am still flabbergasted at this point that I have him and almost have him to level 99 now because of the event. So, yeah, I got him.
Throwback to Cammy getting Kenshin Kagemitsu on the first try when she smithed. She didn't even care. Like, Okay. Oh, congrats. Pierre decided to favor you this time. Congratulations.
He decided to take pity on me after 3 years.
It was, I remember Tuesday early afternoon before my early, right? So before Sarah's getting ready to go to bed, she's like, "Hey, Jesse, go make up with Pierre so we can both bring home sword."
I did say that, didn't I?
You did.
Though, to be honest, because he gave me this, my luck for smithing campaigns is probably next to null at this point because it balanced out. Like, it was like, oh, congrats! The rest of your smithing campaigns are going to be horrible. Again. Oh no.
Yeah.
You want a GG? I can give you a GG. That's what he's going to be like after this.
Of course, Onimaru, he design-wise is very interesting. He's got a little eye patch thing going on. He's cute. I like him. He's Mr. Grumpy Guts. Jesse, do you want me to kind of spoil some of the recollections or no?
I caved and I actually watched a YouTube video with the recollections voice
Okay.
lines this morning.
So,
It was freaking adorable.
so there's actually a ton of recollections that came along with him because of his connection with so many other swords. He has one with Midare. He has one with Yagen. He has like 3 with Odenta, and they make me laugh. One with Mika, one with Juzu.
Yeah. Is there one with Higeki?
Yes!
Yes, and Hige. There's no translations yet from what I know, but I was listening to them. And he seems like Odenta in a way. Like, he just doesn't want to get along with people, and his entire focus is killing Oni. From what I've gathered. I don't know if you got a different interpretation. Okay.
It's not that he just doesn't really want to get along with people. Like, he's similar to Odenta. Like, if you're looking at socially awkward babs and you have, like, on the far don't talk to me spectrum of, like, Okurikata and Odenta, he's much more like Odenta.
It's like more like you shouldn't interact with me, and less of a I don't want to interact with you.
Yeah, it's more like a, okay, you're talking to me, I guess I'll talk back. Sure. But with Odenta, he's like, we should say something, yeah? And their entire first conversation is just them saying, I'll talk if you will. Well, then you say something.
And them grunting.
Say something. And then they're just like, why aren't you saying anything? They just end. That's it. And then they try to have a conversation. But Onimaru's idea of a conversation is talking about Oni and the demon. And that was his idea of a light conversation. And then Odenta's over here like, well, I guess I could talk about what it's like in the storehouse. And Onimaru's like, why is that considered a light conversation? He also doesn't really identify himself with the Awadaguchi boys.
Nope.
But he kind of was talked into it because Midare's like, but Naki Gitsune was also smith by a different Awadaguchi smith. And he's still very close. And you spent so much time with Ichini and Hirano. You're basically a brother anyway. So, yeah, we can think of you like that, right?
I loved that little conversation between the two of them. It took me a while to unlock that one because Midare was out on expeditions when I got him. So I was able to do the rest of them, and I'm like, okay, I'll wait for Midare to come back. And it was so lighthearted and sweet. Just Midare being like, hey, you're also a brother. More like a cousin. But still, you're part of our family. And that's all that matters. Because we don't have too many recollection with some of the Awatsuguchi blades, like the Tontos, because there's just so many of them. I'm really happy they made it Midare, because he's got such a bright outlook on life. And it kind of is very similar to the Odenta one that we just got in a recent update with Odenta and Akita, which is also very heartwarming because Akita's talking about things that make him happy, and Odenta's like being a little doom and gloom. And Akita's like, it doesn't matter. Right now, the thing that makes me happiest is being with Saniwa. And, oh, baby. And Odenta's like, that's good. Odenta, you're not as scary as I thought. You're actually really kind. Akita! You precious little cotton ball fluff! I love you!
Akita needs to be protected at all costs. He is freaking adorable and precious. And his conversation with Odenta was so life-giving and just so adorable. And Odenta's like, I hope if you keep looking like at life with that outlook, I think you will find many, many happy things from here on too. And it was just so cute because they're questioning why the sky is so big.
Yep.
They're so adorable. Like, why is the sky so big? I don't know. Why?
I love some of the recent recollections that they've added with the game, because if you look at some of the older ones, most of them were just interactions with swords that had some kind of historical connection. And now we've been just getting more happy fun times and random just sweet conversations between swords. Like the Go boys just doesn't matter what map they're on, they're gonna start that recollection where they're planning on practicing and pulling in Matsui in. It's just little bits of world building instead of just establishing prehistory stuff and relationships. This is the current stuff. This is them as swords actually interacting with each other. And it's great. Thank you, DMM. I didn't think I needed these, but they are life.
I think they realized how much they are those kinds of interactions that we've seen throughout the franchise. I think they realized that those are very, very popular. Looks at Ranbu size, looks at Utawase, looks at Hanamaru and Katsuge. Yes, there's more of this in game 2.
Trust it.
What? I missed that, Sarah. I was really confused.
One more time.
Sorry. Struggles. I was just screeching a sigh. I don't trust it. It seems too happy. Don't. Yeah.
Mm.
I don't trust it either, but we take the light when we can. We take the light when we can, and we ignore the fact that Onimaru looks like an HRA.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
You know you love us and dark thoughts.
All right, on that note, during all of this, the Edo Castle infiltration investigation event was going on. This time it was not Find Sengo in the box, but it was Find Sohaya no Tsurugi and Daihanya in the boxes. I got both of them, filled out some boxes, and that was it. And I used it for EXP grinding.
I think one thing that I know Sarah and I both noticed was we were using this to train up baby for Kiwame, and E4 was surprisingly gentle. It was a little disconcerting, but it was very nice to use to level some boys for Kiwame. I also managed to get both the blade. I don't think I actually ended up emptying any of the storehouses, but I was only running the free passes, trying to save the Koban as the fears of the next sets of casual outfits were.
Yeah, I was mostly that's a bit, Sarah, but I emptied storehouse 1, 2, and 3, and I got a good ways through 4. I was mostly doing it because I wanted those resources just in case I was gonna have to throw everything into Onimaru. But now I have lots of resources. Poor Sarah, though. Her game has not been kind to her.
Before Sarah gets into her box struggles, I do want to offer this one tidbit of solace. It took me till I had 14 boxes left to get the key to the fourth storehouse. Just to let you. Whichever one. We were very similar in numbers, but you actually got it before I did, Sarah. So at least you have that, maybe.
Just sits here petting blanket, thinking of that terrible time. That was a time. It feels like it was just yesterday. Yeah. Me and these events don't get along lately. You kind of hit that nail on the head. It took me the entire first warehouse to find the key. To find the key.
Same.
It took me the entire second warehouse to find the key. It took me all but like the last page of the third warehouse to find the key. I finally, literally, that last set of passes before the event ended, got Dai Hanya again. I was like, thank gosh, I am done. I am free. I don't have to waste my Koban. Because I also was mainly trying to stick with just doing the basic, not spending. I think I only spent at most like 10K, maybe, in refreshing. Because I was like, free passes. And if I don't end up getting them, it's technically okay. Because I have them. This is just Ranbu level happiness right now. And low-key kind of snickering at all the fan art. And the idea of poor, confused Adenta standing outside of a warehouse like, what? Help? No, this isn't right. I'm supposed to be the one in the storehouse, not my twin. What? Huh? So I just kind of died and barely scraped in Dianya. And yeah, that was fun. That was lovely fun. Thank goodness, though, for, I guess, clearing out those storehouses, because at least it meant I had tokens for the depressing attempts. Because I did not know, like, we did not know about Onimaru really at that time. So I was just stocking up because I was trying for an extra Odenta copy, because I wanted to get him to Ranbu level 2. Well, I got my Odenta, and then I was very sad when Onimaru shows up in the middle of Odenta smithing. And it's just like, hi. I'm like, eh. That was my lovely, lovely hunting boxes hell.
But you survived.
Somehow.
Also, wasn't your key luck really bad, too?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That didn't help.
I don't know how it kept happening, because, like, I remember I cleared all but, like, 2 to 4 of the things, and that must have been the ones that did not have, like, that had the key colors, and I just was sitting there all the way through that map with only, like, 4 things still white. No keys. Very confusion.
That is so confusing.
Like,
Not even the battles gave you keys? What?
It just kept giving, like, by the end of that round, like, that one specific one that's still stuck in my mind, I still had, like, 4 moves left. But I cleared out so many of the spaces that there was no use trying to go all the way back, because there'd be no way of getting back up to the boss. It just kept giving me moves. I'm like, okay, 2 extra moves. Yay! 4 moves. Yay! Then unhelpful. Like, when you hit that point where you're like, I don't have enough moves to go to this one spot, so I'll just do this other shortcut up instead. Really? Really? Is this happening? I don't know how. I'm pretty sure that the maps are not supposed to be able to do that.
Game
But
was glitched.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can guess on that, at least, because I think that only happened, luckily, a couple of times, though I did run into often, like, I would clear most of a map and only end up with, like, 5 or 6 keys. Bad luck. Not disappointed, but not surprised. That is my general turn of phrase with most of these games.
Your game is broken. That's not supposed to happen. I would end a round of E4 and bring home anywhere between 12 and 28 keys.
Same.
I hate you both with all the love in my heart.
I don't understand your game.
And you know I'm not lying because you see my screenshots.
I know. And I know your boys too. They don't want to do the things. They don't want to participate. They want to stay at the Citadel. They don't need any more kids. They want to stay in their own rooms or others, and they just want to exist.
My boys have all become hikikimoris. It's fine.
Oh
I tried to help. I managed to get one Smith token for Sarah during Onimaru's smithing campaign. But to get the one Smith token, there's this one map that you can run that supposedly, if luck is on your side, you have 2 battles, you go home, you have a Smith token, you're done. Sarah's boys refused to go that one route. There were 3 possible routes, and every time it would go up or it would go down and down again, and not the way it needed to go. And Souza just was not having it. He was listening to some other voice. Yeah.
I know exactly which map because that was the one that I had tried before many times. So that was the very last day, and I went to bed because I'm like, I'm done. I'm not going to try anymore. Because how many times did I say before I went to bed I sent them? Because you're like, yeah, I can totally get you smithing token with this one map. And I'm like, no, trust me. It's not going to work. They've been trying for like 4 or 5 times.
The one smithing token sitting there with Lexi, and we try it. Shishio. Just figure.
Imagine my surprise when I went into my sword inventory thingy to go Ranbu people. And there's just a Shishio I don't remember. Because this is before I was told that she had done that night. Because Jessie was doing the sleeps, and I'm just daily doing stuff on Touken, and then just random Shishio. I'm like, where did you come from?
Unintentional, but perfect surprise Shishio.
He's following you, Sarah.
Clearly! This is not Akita. This is not a small pink cotton candy bab.
So, let's further break Sarah a bit. So,
Oh, lovely.
Oh, yes.
We're
Oh,
not
yes.
done with the give Sarah pain and rolls around. Once again, we got the beautiful batch of casual outfits, which includes Manayoshi Sadamune, Kosetsu Samonji, Souza Samonji, Sayo Samonji, and Nene Kirimaru. Hey, Sarah!
Yes, love.
We knew this was coming at some point. Samonjis!
Right after Tomoe and Shizuko, what gives DM? I was told, Kosetsu came out while
And
I
you
was
just
sleeping.
knew.
Jessie messages with hey Sarah, look, he got a braid, which is kind of a general statement for a lot of my kids, or people who are trying to become my kids, or in the process of becoming one of my kids, is can I braid their hair? It is a general. I think at one point it was even well established, even in the Discord, where I was getting called out. I think Chio maybe. You know what this could mean. I'm like, no, they're not going to do this to me. Please just be like, R4, Ugui doesn't have one yet. Ichini doesn't have one yet. Totally, this can be. I wake up the next morning.
Flamingo!
Such a pretty pretty. He's smiling. He has a butterfly little tie around his obi too, and it's just my Gobon. I was soundly attacked for like the entire day / still kind of attacked. I woke up the day that they were implemented. I did not even roll out of bed yet before I just went in and I bought it because Soza was in need and he's still my secretary and he's just standing there smiling, playing with his hair. My heart. I was so attacked, y'all. Like, you actually do have an idea, so I can't say you have no idea. Y'all know how attacked I was.
Just to add a little bit to Soza's, because it's really pretty, and I thoroughly approve of the Samonji attack. I appreciate that they gave Soza pink and blue stripes, but at the same time, my heart hurts seeing the pink and blue stripe.
Oh, yeah.
And I just thought I'd remind people that exists.
Because Soza was Tachi and then got shortened. So he's not blue like his brothers. He's now pink. And that blue is a reminder of the fact that he is still that sword.
Please move on to Saya because my heart hurts.
Saya with
persimmon
the
bag.
Persimmon bag is so cute. And I can't. He looks so grumpy to be in this outfit. But his brothers did it, so he has to do it too, because he wanted him to do it.
I have so much appreciation for all of the artists out there. Twitter, Tumblr, everywhere with cute Samonji fan art of them getting ready. Everything from braiding each other's hair to getting each other dressed. And I was a very happy noodle mom.
To all of them.
Yes.
Begrudgingly.
There we go. I'm so pleased. At last. The squid has been welcomed.
He's swimming around just like doing squid things. But he's looking so pretty. And I really want to get his outfit next. And I feel grumpy about it because the fact that they did Nene, like, kind of miscounted when I woke up. And I'm like, oh no, that means they might do Chio next. I was like, wait, thank goodness. He's number 5. I'm safe this batch.
Ended with my sword.
Yeah.
And they put shoes on him.
They put shoes on him. They covered him like he is clothed.
Bought it once I had the Koban because of Underground Treasure Chest. So, yay. I now have him in his little yukata outfit.
Good.
But I can't see it because right now a certain fuzzy fox boy is currently my secretary. So we were all painfully attacked. Well, mostly Sarah. So we have all been attacked in one regard or another. And
except Jessie, who still needs to be attacked. And I'm hoping she gets
attacked.
Like,
when all the starter swords got added.
True. I'm still hoping she gets extra attack because
whenever they release the Go Boys, it's gonna pull a Samonji and then all those Go Boys. So get ready, Jessie.
I'm now digging in the castle just constantly. Just give me the Koban. I still haven't gotten my poor Mamba his outfit yet.
Jessie!
I'm at 80,000 Koban now. I'm trying. My poor kids. They are patient. And currently, Matsui is my captain. They'll get their outfits soon. Over half of my kids don't have their outfits yet, so it's only a matter of time. Don't worry. My attack is coming. It's ever looming on the horizon. It's the dark cloud of outfit.
Yeah. And now I'm just imagining, like, just Yukata flapping their arms, coming for you to attack. I think I need more coffee.
It'll happen, and don't worry, you'll all hear about it in due time.
Yep. We are still, as of recording, in the middle of the Touken Pocket 4th anniversary little mini campaign. There was just a small 3-day login bonus that ran from the 1st of March to the 7th. That was about it. Nothing as big as the actual anniversary, but still some really nice little extra things. Like, I think those really nice bento that they gave out, but I don't think they expire now.
Oh, that's good, because, it's
I didn't see an expiration date on them.
There is an expiration date, actually. You can use them until the 7th of April. Technically, you have until midnight on the 7th of April EST.
Okay. So about a month after the distribution period ended is what it is.
Yeah.
But speaking of current events for Touken, as we've been kind of hinting at, we are right in the middle of the Underground Treasure Chest event. They added something most wonderful. You have a chance of getting Hakusan Yoshimitsu as a boss node drop from floors 51 onward. And very similar to the Moritoshiro drop rate that we had before, every 10 floors, so on floor 61, 71, 81, and 91, the chances of him dropping increase. And then on 99 as well. Sped run through the event, managing to max level Santomo, Matsui, Shishin, and oh god, I can't remember the other kid's name. Other purple white. Yes, Kiyomaru. Managed to max. Yes.
Fairy boots.
I managed to max level them out, and I'm very happy. And Onimaru made it all the way to level 99 without, dying. But I think that's what happens when you have a rarity 5 sword. They're very strong and very durable. Though I would not be surprised if he outstrengths Okanahira, who was one of the, if not the strongest, base blade. I need to go check stats again. But he managed to make it through without actually screaming on floor 99. And along my way, last night, after recording another podcast with some other friends, I was finishing floor 94, which is a bit of a lucky number because that's the year I was born. And Hakusan dropped. So now I have Hakusan. And I'm so happy. I have all the swords now. Yay.
He's a good little fox.
Yes, he is. So I'm trying to level him and Onimaru up. I'm running floor 50 very safely because my Tontos are just like, "Wapow!" and just knocking everyone out with long range and killing everything before they can hit Hakusan. Because I'm like, please don't touch the non-Token sword. Please do not touch the non-Token sword. Like, as soon as he gets poked by a level 50, he's probably down. Running for EXP and still some of the Koban because I managed to, thanks to the copious amounts of Koban from this event, I have gotten Nene Kirimaru's outfit, Kenshin Kagemitsu's outfit, and I think I bought Azuki's yesterday. That's 3 outfits, and I still have about 70,000 Koban. I think I bought Azuki. I'm on the fence, or it's more like I will get Azuki's by the end of this. But yeah, I'll have at least 3 outfits bought, so.
Well, Sarah hasn't been able to do the event much, it sounds like.
Yeah.
No, I'm on floor 7.
Hey, that was better than me yesterday. I was on floor 5 when Marissa got Hakusan. I am now on floor 27. My goal for this event is to kick Hachi out Kiwame. He's now 94. I'm trying to also level up my baby babies, who are, I think my lowest sword now is in the 60s. That's major. But the Koban is excellent. I'm very excited. I as discussed earlier, need to stockpile Koban for impending cloud of flapping Yukon.
Here comes the goes. Drops.
Good luck.
Hopefully they don't hit you with one foul swing and just give you all the go boys at one time, and instead just
I hope they do.
here's a couple, here's some other swords. Next month, here's the rest, here's some other boys. And then Sarah's over here being vindictive.
Yes, I am.
Sarah's always hoping that I will be attacked full on at one time. Full on knocked down and out by the kid. But now the event's going well for me. I'm just poking my way through. There's not much for me to say about it.
I have nothing to say yet. I'll mention stuff maybe next month. Right now, I'm just like, I poke, I retreat. I has no energy.
That was me earlier this week when I was trying to poke through it, but I ended up just switching over to Kenga Toki because that event, it ends really soon, and I needed to get those last things in so I could get freaking event reward of a background.
I also had my Namu Amida event at the same time that I only just finished because I needed 700,000 points on top of playing the the Sidem event. So I knocked out my Namu Ami event as fast as I could so that I could put a lot of focus on my Sidem. And soon Sidem will be done in like 2 or 3 days. And then I can just binge play Touken, and it'll be a happiness. And Gine will be very happy because he's very lonely sitting as the only non-Kiwi Yari. So he's like, I just need a few more levels. Please love me, master.
Well, that's it for our most recent updates. Is there anything else game related that has happened?
I did get a random Danu sent out on Welcome Back Home for Kiwi.
Yay!
Kiwi Adventures.
He very happy.
I was trying to think if I had sent anyone else out, and then I was like, all the Naginata.
We spent a lot of time in this past month just waiting on our Nagis.
A lot has actually happened in game because most of my game is just like repeat event, get event sword, Ranbu level, move on with life. Because of all of the events backlogged and the fact that I was sending out my best teams to get through the events very quickly, I wasn't really leveling up some of the other swords. So thanks to the past 2 events, I was able to max out 4 different swords very quickly. The first underground treasure chest I ever did was actually how I maxed out my first team and how I maxed out my first sword. So it's a great event for not just getting lots of tasty Koban, but for getting tons of EXP because you're just running them over and over again. Relatively safely because you're not having to deal with Kedishi. That was when it just went to floor 50. Floor 99 is a whole other beast. We don't have much in the way of upcoming updates. I know we mentioned the last podcast, pretty much everything that has happened this month. We have yet to have a monthly drop because most of this, we have at least another week of Underground Treasure Chest, and then I'm pretty certain the next event is going to hit, and in the middle of that, we'll definitely get more of an upcoming updates for the month of April. So the rest of March is going to be Underground Treasure Chest, and of course, everyone's favorite, Village of Treasures. Jesse's very happy about this one because all 4 of the Go Swords are available as event swords.
But not only that, they're going to be easier to get.
Yes.
That's really exciting. I'm very happy.
So, unlike other Village of Treasures, there is apparently going to be no new background music added, which is good for people who are still backlogged on getting background music. So don't freak out and be like, oh great, more things to buy. But there's still a lot of swords that don't have background music, but I guess they're working on it. And most of them are the newer blades. So that'll be at the end of the month. And what we're going to see next month, we'll probably next podcast. Let's hope that schedule comes out before we record, because it always happens right around the time that we record this. So that is it for game news. So let's kind of head really quickly into some merchandise. Sarah, if you would like to take over for that.
So I actually know these this time. Goodness knows, though I don't know how to pronounce half of these, so y'all are going to have a fun time. I'm beginning to wonder if the entire purpose of me taking over merchandise section was for everyone to see how bad I can butcher things. Okay.
No, not at all.
It wasn't my idea.
If it was Jesse's idea, it would have been.
No, because Jesse was the one who wrote with Sarah on there. So she roped you in, and then I wonderfully agreed because I was like, oh, that's great. That's smart, because Sarah mostly just talks during idle stuff, and you need a section. So merchandise.
And you got this. You got the names, and I'll support when needed.
So starting up our fun list of very eclectic items that they have produced for Touken lately, Sparkling Sake series continues with the apple. No, don't try that name. It's an S word.
Okay.
Thank you. Insert name here, sake, of Kogarasumaru, Nankai Taro Chosun, and Hizen Tadahiro. So, you know how they have all these really pretty sake bottles? I just love them because the art is pretty on them. I have no idea what anyone's going to do with them, because I really don't know if you'd want to drink them. But they exist. Enjoy.
You could always drink it and then fill it back up with, like, colored water.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. So yes, glad I don't have to make that decision. Enjoy if you do. Let us know if you do. We like pretty pictures of pretty things. Next up, in the continuation of our lovely giant mochi, Onimaru Kunitsuna gets his own. And his picture is just of the face. The promo picture is just Suru staring at you into your soul.
He's so big. He's like the size of a person's torso. Like, this thing's massive.
It's like your entire house is going to be taken over by Crane. A mochi crane.
Imagine that just, like, slinking through the house.
Just imagine someone's, like, pet accidentally getting a hold of it and deciding to walk through the house with it. Like, your pet will be walking through the door, and then Suru's just going to be following, like, 10 minutes later still. Like, where's the cat? I don't know. There's a white thing over there. Just go follow it. Enjoy that mental image, people. Moving on. Coming up, or going on, there is a hug gotcha. These are little, like, figurines that will hug onto phone cords and things of Mikazuki, Kashu, Horikawa, Shishio, and Sayo Somonji. I have many comments on these because I remember when they first showed the promo image. And I just remember going,
It's baby Sayo.
One of these is not like the others, and one of these really needs saving. If you've not seen the promo image, please go look it up, because Shishio is just sitting there grinning like an idiot. And Sayo really, really needs saving.
But he looks so cute hugging the cord.
He does.
I found this gotcha, too.
Did you try for is the real question?
I didn't. I thought Cammy was going to be honest. But then she looked closer at it. And she's like, but Horikawa's. She turned away.
Ouch. My heart. Thanks, Cam. Love you.
I didn't have any coins on me to try it myself. It was quite entertaining.
It's probably a good thing you did it, just because could you imagine opening it? And you probably would have ended up with Mika. You would have ended up with a Gigi. Just staring up at you like, hi. You
If
want me
I
on your
had,
phone
I could
cords?
have just yeeted it at Cammy and he could have hugged her phone cord. With my luck, it honestly wouldn't have mattered because no matter what, if I had gotten one of the others, it would have gone to someone else. Like, I know someone for each of these people.
Even Shishio?
It would go directly to...
Any Shishio merch we find, we just throw it at Sarah just for funsies. Like, here.
Oh no, she has welcomed Shishio.
I think at this point, like, he moved in so thoroughly because he's just like taking over my citadel. I'm just like, okay, you win. You wanted me to love you. I do so grudgingly, but I will love you. Just please stop attacking my smith. It worked for a while. I had a break. Tomate, give me a break. I only love him for the new way. I say, but he knows better. Everyone knows better. It's because of the braided hair. I blame Jessie. I don't know why, but I'm going to blame Jessie. No, I should technically blame Marissa, but I'm blaming Jessie for now.
Why me?
You got me into this.
Oh,
got me
okay.
into Touken.
Valid.
It all comes back.
I was like, is it because I'm the one who got you into this?
Yes.
Okay, it's because I'm the one who got you into this. Got it.
That's why you're only slightly to blame. The rest of the blame lies on Jessie for being like, you know you love him now, because he loves you so much. He just wants your attention and affection. He's been left outside in the cold. I'm pretty sure that was almost verbatim what she said one time.
Probably.
Yes.
A lot of the times, we adopt the sword because we like them. And other times, as Jessie aptly says, the sword adopts you.
Yep.
Like how I came to the realization that Baka is mine.
Enjoy.
All yours.
Just give me the himbos. Just give them here.
All right. Any more comments on the very cute little huggy things? So next up is another anthology from DMM. At least I know it's on DMM. Called Glittering Blades on the Battlefield. It's very pretty. It exists. I don't have much else to say about it.
I've seen the cover, and I think Nihongo is like all across the cover, and it looks really cool, but that's all I've seen.
I know you can preview it on DMM book, whatever. I think it's got like 11 pages you can preview. There's like 70 something in it. I know I saw at one point, like, there's at least Heezen in it, for those of you who want more Heezen in your life. I saw a random tugging of Chiyo Ganemaru by Kashu? No clue what's going on. I think someone needed a nap. I don't know. But yes, it exists.
I like these anthologies that they put together because they are official through DMM and Nitro, but at the same time they're also kind of doujinshi in a way because they get a bunch of different artists and writers, but they're all different stories inside of it, and they just are really cool and sweet expansions, or really just awesome expansions of character interactions from the eyes of different artists. I know I have one. I think Jessie has one.
Yep.
Yeah, we have 2 different ones. I haven't looked through mine in a while, but mine has like Mika and a bunch of the Awataguchis across it, so it's really pretty. They're cool. If you find one anywhere, they're really great to just pick up and kind of, if you don't know Japanese, look at, because you can tell based off of what's going on, maybe get an idea of what's plot-wise between characters.
There are now Waku Waku stickers, and all I can hear now in my head is Waka Waka, eh, eh. Anyway, these are based off of the line sticker set, the newest one that came out, which are very odd, kind of hilarious. But yes, you can now buy actual stickers of your line stickers. These are including really special poses.
I just thought they were going to be like, oh, you get a sticker, but no, there's like 3 different bags, and I think one of them, they each correspond to a different sticker set. Are there 3 of them now?
No, it's all one sticker set, but they divided the sticker set into 3 groups. They're really cute. They're really odd, but they're fun.
Hoo hoo hoo. That's all I care about is the single one.
Of course it is.
So now you have actual physical stickers of virtual stickers. And they look like really nice vinyl stickers too. So they're not like cheap little sticker sheet ones. They're like actually really nice stickers. So the next one is my favorite. I was so confused.
Please talk about this one because I can't get through without laughing.
I wish I could read the ad because the translated version of the ad is hilarious. So I made fun of like the pedometers and some other things. It's kind of like, okay, they're unconventional, but at least they're your boys and they're somewhat usable. This one baffles me. So we have this moisturizing mist. I don't know if this is like body spray mist or like room spray mist. I'm guessing it's a body spray mist.
It's a body spray mist. I can talk more about why it's culturally important.
Okay. And it is based off of not a sword, but the coolant resource. Why? Why coolant? Why resources? I am so confused. And it's
flashback to the charcoal brick you could eat, I think.
Yeah, it was a cake. The charcoal cake.
It's a moisturizing mist. It's like a body spray mist. And we have body sprays here, but the ad, if I kind of remember vaguely, this is the translated version of like going on Twitter and hitting, please translate. So it's like Google Chrome Translate. But it's like this refreshing smell of like vanilla and something else. And I'm like, what? How is this giving me vibes of coolant? Like, coolant's just water. Okay. I am confused. So, Jessie, would you like to enlighten us a bit?
Yeah, so coolant spray. Here in Japan, it's beginning to warm up. In Japan, they're really big on refreshing and products that can help you refresh because they don't use deodorant. It's a very hot and humid country where even just working outside in early March can leave you hot and sweaty and red-faced no matter who you are. Not that I'm speaking experience. This coolant spray is meant to be a refreshing spray that like just cools you down because that kind of product is everywhere here. You can find it in the convenience store. We can find refreshing wipes. You can find body wipes that you just wipe the sweat off. You can refreshing sprays. You just spritz it on yourself and you're good to go. Gives you a little bit of a wake up. Yeah, so it's a very common thing, and I love the fact that it's coolant because, yeah, just Touken Ranbu. I don't know.
And
I think it's a genius
cooling
idea.
you down.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
cool concept. Do
Yeah,
we have anything else we want to say on the coolant?
I think I'm done making jokes about the coolant mist.
Well, the last thing, I actually don't know which one we're referring to, but there's a Touken Ranbu in parentheses July.
Yeah, this I saw there was an announcement for a Kuji with Touken Ranbu that's going to be happening in July. So they're kind of letting people know, like, hey, there's a Kuji coming out. I didn't find any other information. I think if you go to the website, it will list the prizes, but I didn't really look at them. So I think this is just going to be a normal Kuji. I don't think it's really associated with anything. It's just more Touken Ranbu stuff. And that's all I found with merch.
Now it's up to y'all.
So we'll move on to the Behind the Blade section. A little bit into the merch side of things, but is also a bit more of a store, is the Wonpaku Touken Ranbu pop-up shop in Tokyo Eki or Tokyo Station. That's going to be running from March 11th to the 31st, and it's a collaboration with Sanrio. And the merch is so cute.
I will say a note on that. If you haven't gone yet, by the time this is out, do check that online first. There are a lot of stores that are getting delayed on, but just be aware. Check that out online.
Delays?
There's a lot of exhibits and stores that are having modified times, especially the limited time things. They're being either delayed in their setup, or they might be extending how long it will last.
Because of the coronavirus?
Everyone's favorite global phenomenon, the coronavirus. But I haven't seen anything about that one being delayed, but I have seen things about the other ones. So just if you're looking at going to that, do some research before you head out. So you're not disappointed when you get there and see, it's closed. Is a possibility of it happening.
Like a lot of things are potentially going to be delayed until the world gets this settled.
Just a little bit longer. Like I know for example, the next one, if that's okay to move on just a smidge.
Yes, of course, move on.
The Honmaru Haku, the Citadel Museum kind of thing that had been set up in Tokyo back at the beginning of the year, it was supposed to move into Osaka in about mid-March, but they decided because of the way that Japan is handling their coronavirus this month, they're delaying its setup. So it will open, it's now scheduled to open in mid-April. So just to keep everyone safe and healthy. The Sanrio shop looks really cool. And the merch looks so freaking cute. I think that's also supposed to come to Osaka. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's also going to have its goods sale elsewhere too, not just at the shop. It's either the Wanpaku or it's the sticker set, but one of the two, because the art style is very cute and like with the big heads and the simplistic cartoon style. So it was one of the two sets, and now I can't remember which. But one of the two will have general sales at other stores or online. So that's also really cool to see.
But speaking of goods going on sale later, I meant to mention this in merchandise, and I totally forgot. I get bored at work, and I go check on Amy for stuff for myself and for this. And I noticed all of a sudden, like 3 to 4 pages worth of merch just got dropped. And a lot of the merchandise was stuff that Jesse and I saw at the Torabu store was online, the newer stuff. So all of that is online. The only things that weren't were like some of the wall scrolls and the elusive clear files and stuff. But a lot of the plushies, some of the keychains, especially the newer swords like Nenen Kinimaru, Chiogane Maru, and the like are also going to be available. So if you want, you can look. I'm guessing it's not just on Ami, but Animate probably has it as well.
That's nice that they're doing that, though, because that means if you can't to the token store, you can at least buy it online, even if it's going to be more. Yeah. But it's a chance for those who can't. So I'm excited for that.
And it's a little delayed, so it's kind of like hey, if you can actually make it to the store, then you get it here and now. But if not, it'll be available later for the general. So I think the Torabu store exclusive stuff, like the Chiyogane Maru, with the starter sword merchandise, is definitely not available. That was only for the store. But all the other general merch that most of the swords have gotten are now available, which is kind of nice. Speaking of new swords, we got a preview of it, actually, but Onimaru will appear on the cover of Bead's May issue, which is going to be releasing on March 19th. And we've already gotten a bit of a preview of the art cover. So he's being previewed on that magazine. And I decided, I know my knowledge is not as extensive, especially when it comes to the Ashikaga stuff, but I thought I would give you guys a little brief information on Onimaru if Jessie knows anything else or wants to expand upon something that she realized about him. Onimaru, as we mentioned before, was an Awataguchi blade, but he was made by a very different smith than Ichini and most of the other Tantos, and was considered to be one of the 3 regalia swords of the shoguns of the Ashikaga clan, along with Odenta and another well-known sword. I've never heard of it. His name comes from the fact that there's a legend that Hojo Tokimasa was having dreams in which he was being tortured by a demon. And one night, an old man appeared in his dream, professing to be the sword of Kunitsuna, which is the name of the smith. That's Onimaru. And the sword had become tarnished and promised to rid Tokimasa of the demon if he would clean the sword. Tokimasa immediately woke up, cleaned the sword, after which he propped the sword up, and the sword moved on its own and fell, sliced the neck of a demon that had been engraving on a decorative pot in his room. And from this point on, Tokimasa no longer had dreams of the demon, and thus gave the sword the name Onimaru. Which is why our Onimaru is very obsessed with killing demons.
I honestly didn't know any of that. Yeah, and you can see some of those things reflected in his design too, which are really cool. Like the pot breaking, isn't that his crest? His crest looks a little asymmetrical, like a line was cut through it, and like it's kind of falling apart a little.
Looks like an artist rendition of an Oni with a straight line through it. And an interesting thing, as you mentioned with the broken pottery, and just the pottery aspect, if you look at his armor very much looks like bits of pottery kind of tacked onto him. I was confused. I thought they were more like tattoos, but they're actually armor. They don't really seem to fit very well. Like there's broken bits, especially in his, it's actually broken in his injured form. So maybe he's kind of become the pot.
Tying back with the recollections though, because he talks about the story with Higekiri, kind of makes sense because also known as Onikiri. So Onikiri and Onimaru. And he talks to Odenta and that how they've both had stories. But then he's talking to Mikazuki and he's like, why are you a Tenka? We have stories tying to creatures and things, and you do not. How are we on the same level? I am confused, but it doesn't sound like he means anything bad by it, but it was just really interesting because it was kind of nice to slightly see Mika lightly being put in his place a little bit. Yeah, you're a pretty blade, but
that's it.
You're a pretty blade.
Because the same could be said a little bit of Juzumaru, but he was seen as a holy blade by Nichiren, and Mika's just a beautiful sword with no spiritual things whatsoever, but he was one of the best swords done by the smith. I guess just the fame of it.
And then he talks to Juzu, right? Because, like you said, Juzu also doesn't have much with him except for being a holy blade. But Onimaru's like, I've at least been in possession with Odenta and Mikazuki before. But I don't think I've ever come into contact with you. What makes you a... And she's just like, I don't know, but we're all Tenka now. Does it matter?
Chuzu.
That's such a Shizumaru answer. It's great.
Stories for the Tenka are really cool. Stories for the swords in general are really cool. And Onimaru finding his place with them all is just really fun.
An interesting thing I was trying to figure out to see if there was anything else besides the story of him slaying the demon that was plaguing his master's dreams. And apparently, because of, as most of you probably know, Higekiri and Hizamaru have changed names multiple times, have changed hands multiple times. A lot of the names have gone on record, a lot of them have not. And Higekiri, when he was Onikiri, somebody had possession of him and Onimaru at the same time. Confusing much, and I think somebody changed the engraving on one of the swords to differentiate them. I forget which one it was because it was really confusing based off the article, and I find that hilarious because to kind of differentiate them and also to connect one of them to Dojigiri because he was seen as this awesome, powerful, mighty blade, and they wanted it to have more connotation with that, and I found it hilarious. If you look up Onimaru, you'll probably find the article. It's about him, Hiza, and Hige. Read it. It's actually fairly easy to understand. I skimmed.
That's really cool, because I knew that also in Higekiri's conversation with him, he mentioned how apparently if you change the names too much, humans will get confused.
And I think Onimaru also was like, oh, I remember you. I think he remembered Higekiri. And I think he might have mentioned Onikiri. He's like, no, I'm Higekiri now. And he's like, what? And then Hige probably said that little line, and he was like, okay then.
Onimaru recognized him. He's like, oh, hey, it's Onikiri. And like called him out on it. And he's like, oh yeah, that was my name, wasn't it? Probably. I don't really care much about names. And then actually Onimaru remembered, oh wait, now your name is Higekiri, right? He's like, yeah, I think so. But my brother tells me often, and then like in quotes, Anija, you care way too little about names. Fix it.
Who fix it?
Okay, but no, seriously, go listen, because listening to that bit where Higekiri is imitating his brother Hizamaru is spot on. It's hilarity.
Am I the only one that just really has the urge to like take a bedazzler or something to Hige and just like stick his name on him? Just
Do we
saying.
stick his name on him? Or do we stick everyone else's name on everyone else?
Well, if Midori was questioned, everyone else. But especially on him. So that way he can just look at his clothes and figure out what his name is.
That's valid.
Just label maker it. Just stick.
Yup. Just have Hiza walk around and just aggressively every time he goofs, name tag. Until he's just a walking name tag.
You won't get Fudo mixed up. Name's on internal affairs outfit.
Reads it wrong.
Oh god, you would.
Oh, challenge accepted.
But speaking of names, this is going back a little ways. Very end of February. I came to the realization because I was trying to go through some of the recollections, and with Onimaru and others, I was like, okay, I haven't listened to the other one, so I'm gonna listen to them because I skipped through it, or I hadn't seen the translations. I just listened to them, and I went back to one of the recollections between Nagasone and Kiyomato, and it starts out with Kiyomaru going like, "Oh, who would you be?" And he's like, "Nagasone Kotetsu." He's like, "Ah, I see." Kiyomaru cuts him off and says, "It's all right. You can call yourself a Kotetsu. That way, you and I can be separate tokendanchi." Nagasone, I see. Kiyomaru, you and I are able to have a conversation like this. Don't you think it's more fun this way? I was so confused. And then I remembered that Nagasone's actual smith is Minamoto Kiyomaru, which makes Nagasone and the sword Minamoto Kiyomaru the same blade. Congratulations, I just blew everyone's minds. But because of naming reasons, because Nagasone was called Nagasone due to being used by Kondo Isami, and Kiyomaru being from like a past version of the sword when it was still called that, makes them two separate tokendanchi from the same sword.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
Love it.
Which is why in the event, Kiyomaru tells Hachisuka, "Oh, no worries, your brothers are safe." Also referring to Nagasone because he himself is right there, safe. And why he had such a vested interest in Hachisuka. Because he's another aspect of Sone.
I just get confused. But I don't like this.
I love this chaos. It's so much fun. Bravo, Marissa.
It's my turn to break everyone's hearts and minds.
Well, like,
It makes sense that we have lots of swords that are just like Tomoe and Shizuka that are kind of more of a overarching version of all of the Tomoe Naginatas or the Shizuka Naginatas. Not out of the realm of possibility to have aspect of a certain sword changes in circumstances.
I'd also just kind of assumed that, it might be because Kiyomaru, like that time period, a lot of the swordsmiths weren't naming their swords, like swords weren't getting more specific names. It's
Could
just
be.
they would take on the name of their swordsmith. Like Yamato no Kami Yasusada. Do you know how many blades are called Yamato no Kami Yasusada? So I just kind of figured like the Minamoto Kiyomaru that we have in game could be any one of the blades that was smithed by Minamoto Kiyomaru, and that maybe that conversation was more of a, oh, we're actually from the same smith.
Mm-hmm. So technically your
You
name
don't
would be the
identify as
same.
a Minamoto, so that's okay. We can still talk like this. This is fine. I know you want to be a kotetsu though, so that's okay. They're your brothers. Now I will watch over you. That kind of thing. And I need them to not attack me at the moment. Thanks, Marissa.
You're welcome. Called Break the Jessie. One step at a time. I think that is it for our Behind the Blade section. We will now move on to the small little live action we have. So I'll let you handle that, Jessie.
It's been a rather quiet month, thankfully. A lot of the boys have been doing other practices and things. But we do have a few cool things happening. Like, we don't often hear about Japanese anime streaming services. Like, in Japan, that's not so much a known thing. Like, it's very common for us to stream things in America. It's not as much a thing yet. It's on the rise in Japan, but one of the largest, the highest quality streaming services, the D Anime Store, Docomo Store, is actually adding 2 of the Touken Ranbu musical works to its library. That's happening this month, so if you're in Japan and have access to that, check that out. That'd be really cool. Show them the support on there so that we can get more of that on other services too. The 2 titles that are being introduced to the service, Kashu Kiyomitsu Solo Performance 2018 is getting some extra love by being put up on there, and so is the Shinken Ranbusai 28. 2 excellent performances. I guess they're trying to put Kiyo back with his folks in some form or another. But I thought that was really cool. I figured I'd share that. Sarah found something pretty cool too.
Because, of course, I love my Miyatose babes. And I was just casually scrolling through the tweets, actually just today, and all of a sudden I see an announcement from, I hate this name because I never know how to pronounce it. It's either Wow Wow or Wow Wow or Wow Wow.
Wow, wow.
Wow Wow. I sound like a dog. Okay. So we've mentioned them before. They actually once did a whole like streaming thing, like marathon of Touken Ranbu stages or musicals. Well, they're on 3/18. Either this will, we don't know when we get our podcast out, but maybe it'll be out before then. But on 3/18, they'll be airing the first run of Miyatose, so the third musical with lovely babies and their 100-year lullaby that causes pain and anguish. But it is the first run of Team Miyatose. That'll be airing, I think, at like 11 o'clock. Not sure if it's AM or PM JST, but it is on 3/18. Yes, please, if you have not seen it and have the ability to watch it, I would 100% recommend it because good boys, great boys, lots of tears.
Also being streamed on TV, though a bit sooner. It's a surprise TV performance because it was originally supposed to be a live performance for Hige and Hiza to take part in the Japan Cultural Expo opening ceremony that we talked about last. In light of the lovely coronavirus that is taking over the world, it did not get canceled, but instead it got turned into a live stream performance where they will be performing to an empty auditorium for it to be viewable on TV on March 14th. So that'll be really cool. Definitely neat how they're all work like that. Yay for technology.
Shout out to a lot of different stages that are doing that right now, because I know many of them who are like scheduled to have their first performances are doing that route. Because a lot of old like ones that are like meet and greets and things when the outbreak really started, they just had to straight up cancel. Big shout out to Japan for getting on it, figuring out what they're doing with their lives, and being like, these kids have put so much work into everything, so we're not going to take these honors away from them. This is their jobs, this is their livelihood. We're still going to perform, but we will do live recordings of things, which is amazing.
Amazing how the world can adapt, even in a situation like this, because I know there's a lot of conventions throughout the United States that are either, most of them are not getting canceled, they're getting postponed. I know Emerald City Comic Con is soon, and that's getting postponed to summer. There's a couple of others because they don't want people to cancel and not come, but they're still going to hold it. Mm-hmm.
Apparently, if you want, someone timed Utawase song and said you could replace the ABC song with Utawase song for the hand washy wash. So if you're annoyed, do that, please. I don't know which part, but I can 100% tell you there is a YouTube up with it. Someone did it. Someone did a little piano version or something. And I don't know if they titled it hand wash, but that's how I first saw it, because someone was like, look, it is perfect for the hand washing. So on 2/12, the Soga 2019, which was the solo performance of Kiki Kiri and Hisamaru, the DVD and Blu-ray was released, so it is available for purchase through, I'm sure, whatever site you are available to buy it through. I have all the faith that if you want to find it, you can find it. They are really good kids. Ouch, that word. Yes. Love you, Jesse. Gonna kill you, but I love you.
I just got it, and I was like, what? Oh. It's been a while since I've seen Soga. And I was a little out of it with allergies when I went to visit Jesse.
Soga is a trip. I'm sure at some point we will discuss it more in depth. That'll be at some point, not sure when, but at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can watch it, it is 100% worth it. It is very cute. It is very painful, with an extra helping of feels, as well as the fact that on 3/25, the CD for Soga 2019 shall come out. But the songs used in Soga are amazing. The performances are hilarious, including flamingo dogs, as I call them. But the music itself is really good, so totally worth it. Soga, go support the random dispatch of Hige and Hiza doing their own thing.
Speaking of random dispatch units doing their own thing, our last tidbit of news for the month comes from the Toast-Day side of things. Sarah is oh so thrilled about. Last month we made mention of Toast-Day 7 being confirmed with one character on the list. Just one being promoted, and that was Kasen Kanesada. To put us out of our expectation, concern, dread of having a 3-hour monologue of Kasen Kanesada doing whatever he would like to on stage, we now have one more character.
Can we go back to the monologue, please?
Oh, come on.
I think it would be hilarious, not gonna lie.
I think the sass levels included in this new edition with Kasen would be absolutely hilarious to see a back and forth for like any amount of time.
Yes, I do enjoy love speaking to my lamp.
So yes, the next character that will be appearing in Toast-Day 7 is Yamambagiri Chogi. Mamba is hopefully still off on his Kiwame. Maybe he'll come back, nobody knows. But Yamambagiri Chogi has been announced for Toast-Day 7. Yes, I am very excited. Hopefully we'll get more news soon in the coming days, as we will, as always. Toast-Day's out to rip our hearts out, repair our hearts somewhere along the lines maybe, and to just give us more Touken feels. I'm very excited.
I'm still just imagining Kasen trying to talk to a lamp, and I don't know what rabbit hole I fall down. And for those curious, lamp is a reference to something that happens in Jiden. I'm not making it up. At some point, I'll explain this reference. But he looked like a lamp.
Chogi makes a very nice lamp. His presence just lights up the room with some sort of energy.
I really hope you can read my expression right now, just through my phone, my dear.
I had to, and you know I did. Stay tuned for more on that. And that, I do believe, wraps up our general news on the live action side.
So that is everything for the month of February. Thank you guys for listening to us once again ramble about Touken Ranbu. If you would like to keep up to date about more podcasts, episodes, more stage and musical reviews, or any of the translations for keeping up to date with game maintenance or cute little translations of stage boy tweets, you can follow us on Twitter at Touken Rambles, and you can find our podcast on our Podbean, on iTunes, Play, Spotify, or any other podcatcher that may hear. All right, that is it for this month. We'll be back at the end of the month to more news about Touken Ranbu. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye!